think we're live. And I'm live. What's going on, folks? Thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully today will be better than yesterday's little disaster of a drawing, hopefully. We'll see anyway. How's everybody doing? Looks like I got 6 people watching. 7 people, okay. All right. 7 people. How's... Okay, a little bit more now. Cool. Cool. What's up, folks? Hi, Evan. Hi, Thestral. Hello, Cassie. Hello, Anstabo. Stovetop Ninja. What's going on? No, I did not get your email. I've been trying to... I replied to one of your comments recently that you said you emailed me, and I've checked both of my email accounts, have not received it. So I'm not sure where it went. I checked the spam and everything. I'm not sure where you sent it to. info@schaeferfineart.com is my email. If you go to my website, schaeferfineart.com, you find my email on there. I mean, I've been getting emails from both accounts, so I'm not sure if something was like mistyped or something. I don't know. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying I haven't received it, but otherwise I would have responded to it. But yeah, if you can forward it to me again or something, I have a personal email too. I don't really want to put it out there. Schaefer Fine Art. schaeferfineart.com. I may have misspoke a few live streams ago. schaeferfineart.com. So, all right. Appreciate it. Anyway. Yeah, sorry about that. I get confused. I want schaeferart.com, but it's not available. So, yeah, I'm stuck with... What's going on, Amex Jam 55? What's happening? All right. Yeah, hopefully this goes better than that lion I was drawing yesterday. Let's keep it zoomed out for now, just so I block this in quickly. Okay, we got a square here. So I took quick measurements right before I started here, and I found a square based on the height of it that I make. So I made the height and then I measured the width, and I know exactly what is on this line here. So that's a very good guide. It's actually right where the neck, kind of that point of the neck right there. So the head kind of comes off at some... sticks out some bit here, but I'm just gonna block that in. So like every time, it just depends on the drawing. I use different methods. So it looks like the shoulder, it actually lines up right on the shoulder as well. Shoulder's a little bit lower. All right, Susan, nice to see you here. Hope it goes well. All right, let's see if I can zoom this in. There we go. Fits right on there perfectly. What's going on, Ben's Art? Appreciate it. Glad to see you back. All right, man. Seems we got the usual team. We got about 30 people joined, so that's usually it's like the same people every time, probably. Okay, so it looks like from here, so the leg comes down, neck goes out, something like that. What's halfway? Just measuring real quickly here on my screen. I just want to make sure. So the middle leg, the line of the middle leg is almost halfway, but not quite. So something like that. Might have to lower this a little bit. Not sure yet. Yeah, how's everybody doing today? What's going on? Happy little shapes, exactly. Philip, what's happening, man? Nice to see you back again. Just started. Literally just started. Kind of. Started a minute or so ago, a few minutes ago. We're 5 minutes in already. Kind of. Only like 2 or 3 minutes into the drawing aspect. So the bottom here, I don't want to do rocks. I think I'm just gonna have it be like grass. I want tall grass. I don't like these rocks in the photo. It's not very cool to me, so we'll just make some random, like he's in a field of tall grass. That's kind of what I want. So the tricky part is figuring out how far the head comes out. So let me double check. I forgot what the measurement was already. Perfect. So from here, this neck part to this, boom, the head comes out to right here. Now we have the head measurement. So proportions should be pretty spot on for the most part this time. There might be something off slightly, but we'll double check here in a second. But I think I'm feeling pretty good about this one so far. I should just say that every time and then it'll be a good drawing. If I say I'm feeling bad about it, it probably won't come out that well, like yesterday. That lion I drew, man, that was rough. But I appreciate everybody that stuck around anyway, you know. Sometimes the day at work doesn't go too well, so just what happens. So I'm not planning to use a lot of white on this drawing. I'm gonna stick to mostly darks and then the mid-tone of the paper. I want like the light up here to be the mid-tone of the paper. Maybe we'll just do some grass, and then I kind of want to highlight like a background behind the neck area because that's like the darkest part, or at least where I want the most contrast is like I'll do a little thing around his head kind of or something. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll do horizontal lines instead of vertical like I always do. We'll see. I'm not sure. Not sure what I'm doing here yet. Still kind of planning it. So I know the bottom's going to be darker for the most part, all the shadowing down there. So that's kind of what I'm drawing right now, just some quick shapes for the shadows. Boom, block those in. And there's a shadowy area, strangely, kind of on the top of him. Just with the way the fur is pointing, kind of creates it's kind of like a carpet, you know, when you move your hand over a longer carpet, you get these weird, sometimes it's darker and sometimes it's lighter. So that's what's happening with his fur there. Because the light's coming from above, but then it's dark right here on the side where you think it would be lit up, but it's just the way we're looking at it. His ears in shadow. It looks like his head needs to come down right here and then boom, point his nose. Yeah, I like this one. I think I like this one so far. Looks pretty cool. Good old Winnie the Pooh right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I used to watch that as a kid. That was like one of my favorite shows as a kid, to be honest. That goes way back to little kid. Hmm. All right, well, now that I got this blocked in a bit, let me, looks like I missed some comments here. Some questions real quick. Let's get through these real quick. Same question every day, but I'll answer it again. How long have you been drawing for? Since I was like 4 or 5, pretty young. Just always been doing it. But I never got really serious till like high school, beginning of college. Do you have a video on how to take your measurements? Not really, not yet. Thought about it. I've tried to make some. Actually, I kind of do. If you look up proportions on my channel, and you'll see like one that has a cat face on it with some lines on it. That'll help you a little bit. Do you have any advice on how to get people to watch videos and people to find you? When I do videos, people don't seem to watch. I don't know how to get people to engage more. It's just luck of the draw, man. I got on YouTube early, like 2013, 14, and I just ended up, one of my videos went viral, or a series of videos went viral. I learned to draw things, and then that was it. You know, it's just like, definitely try to respond to every comment you get. Start commenting on other people's channel, but don't be spammy. Don't be like, oh, go watch my channel. Just comment and add value to what you're watching. You know, be honest and add value. Yeah. So many people like leave spammy comments like, oh, go check out my channel, go check out my drawing. And it's like, okay, I'm definitely not going to go check it out now for the most part. Sometimes I do. I try to be kind, but a lot of people just, they're doing it wrong, man. They're doing it wrong. Anyway, question, do you ever use a proportional divider? I saw one of those things in a beginner's art book. You know, I don't personally use it. I don't really think it's necessary. I think it's kind of limiting, because once you learn how to, what do they call it? What's the measuring? Rather than proportionally measuring, you do, my mind's going blank. You know, when you measure like this with your arm and stuff. Anyway, I could draw this as big as or smaller than the photo than I want. With a proportional divider, you're kind of, I think you're somewhat limited to the scale of the actual thing. But yeah, I mean, it's probably useful, but it's just not my type of thing. I'd rather just measure it myself. Anyway, okay. Any advice to not be embarrassed of the end result when drawing? I mean, sometimes you don't have to show every drawing, you know, to people. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure, honestly. Just don't, if you're embarrassed by it, then just don't show it. Simple as that, I think. I've had plenty of drawings where I didn't show anybody, or I just threw them away or something. Yeah, I think I got the proportions pretty well on this one. Today I suffer with drawing anatomy. Can you make a video on how to sketch anatomy? I don't really know anatomy, to be honest, so I can't really make a video on something I don't really know, to be honest. So yeah, I just draw what I see, and I just try to match the proportions and stuff. Like, that's what I do. I don't really have a big, huge knowledge of anatomy. I mean, I have a basic understanding, like, okay, neck, shoulders, you know. I've kind of looked at animals and observed and stuff, or humans, etc. But I don't have a great understanding of anatomy. It's not my thing. What's your favorite animal to draw? I have no idea. I have no idea. Do you do texture first or shading? I mean, the shading's going to create the texture, I think. for the most part. I don't know that they're exactly separate. At least, you know, I don't know. I just go with shading. I don't even really worry about texture that much. Everybody's different, you know. It's all just depends on what you want to do. But I think from like doing graphite drawings and what I've seen in books and stuff, they usually like shade first and then they do texture. So, yeah. All right, I think I'm gonna start the ink. I think I'm pretty good with this, I think. Just give me 1 second here, guys. So I'm gonna start inking with this 05 Prismacolor. Been using it for a few days. So anyway, let's get started with this. Do I want to lighten this up at all? Possibly. So just light it up quickly. Let's get going on this inking. So, how often do you sharpen your pencils? When they need to be sharpened. You know, it's not like you just sharpen it when it needs to be sharpened. There's not like, if I said something like every 3 days, then it wouldn't really make sense, because what if it didn't need to be sharpened? Get what I'm saying? So yeah, just don't think about it too much. Just sharpen it when it needs to be sharpened. Simple as that. Hmm. So I'm just quickly kind of going around the outline here. I'm just making it a little fuzzy and furry where it needs to be, kind of. So it looks pretty good, I think, for overall little outline there. Probably should have made this leg a little bit skinnier, but it's alright. Can't win them all, you know what I'm saying? So I think this one's gonna go pretty quickly, pretty smoothly here. So how long have you been doing pen and ink drawings? I don't know, like a few months, not even that long at all. It's something very new to pen and ink, for sure. I don't even know if I'd call these drawings, just more like I'm just sketching, I'm just having fun. Yeah, I mean every one of them ends up being different, so still figuring things out and just having fun and exploring all different kinds of ways to do things. Do you have any other pets apart from the cat? No, I do not. I'm trying to grow my channel. Any advice? Just keep doing it, be consistent, and have fun. Have you ever been recognized on the street? That's a good question. I've been recognized, I think, once. And this was years ago. This was like 2014, I think. I was recognized by a guy, random guy, and I wasn't even out in the public. I was at a very small, very bad. I was at the Sacramento Art Center, and it's not this big grand art center, very small, kind of local thing. And I was just walking around looking at, I think I brought my art there to be in a little small show. And I was looking around at some of the other paintings there. And I walked by this guy and he goes, I think I've seen you on YouTube before. And I was like, oh, really? He was like, yeah, you do painting and drawing and stuff. And I was like, yep, you've probably seen me on there. That was the only time I've ever really been recognized like that. It was pretty crazy. But since that, I've never had anyone recognize me since that. I'm not really that popular. I mean, I have a lot of subscribers, but most of them don't watch my videos. I mean, as you guys see, my video views are pretty low for the amount of subscribers that I have. And it's always kind of bugged me a little bit, but it is what it is. I've kind of gotten over it. Like I just do my thing and like I just do me. I just try to be as consistent as possible and have fun and not worry too much about all the numbers and all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, I want to have good numbers. I want people to watch more and like be more popular and make more money and stuff and be able to do this, but it is what it is. I mean, I can't complain too much. So I'm just like suggesting fur and stuff. Would you like to be recognized more often? Would you rather go unnoticed? I mean, I'm cool with how it is now. I don't think I want to be noticed that much. A lot of famous people always have like say that's a problem. So like, yeah, I don't really want that problem. I mean, I don't think I ever will, but you know, I don't think I'm like famous or anything. So I think I'm kind of lucky there. But yeah, I don't really want that kind of problem. I don't believe. Do you read any books on the subject to get familiar with Medium, or do you just jump in and experiment? You know, sometimes I read a little bit here and there. You know, with watercolor, I think I saw some videos on watercolor, like travel sketching, and then I may have read like one book just to like figure out a little bit of the process a bit more, and then I just jumped right into it. And then sometimes I have to go back and like evaluate like what did I do wrong, like why isn't mine looking like theirs in the book, you know, just try to figure things out. All right, I think we're doing pretty well on this one, man. I kind of like this one. This one's kind of cool. I'm being pretty carefree with the strokes here and stuff. I'm kind of just following the form a little bit with some of the bare fur here, but just having a bit of fun. So I'm just inventing like some tall grass there, so it looks a little more like he's just in some grass. Cause I didn't like the rocks in the photo. I thought this would be like an easier route to take than those rocks, and it just looks better. So that's where we're at. Pretty cool. Looks pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Um, okay, just checking the chat here, make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. Yeah, thanks for joining, everybody. It's glad to see everybody here. A lot of familiar faces. It's always cool. So let's get right in here. All right, looks like he's standing in grass a bit, I think. It's kind of cool. Pretty happy with that. Can darken some of this a bit there. There we go. There we go. Kind of sinking in there. Sinking into the earth. Okay. Yeah, I like this one. I think if I add a little bit of white, like in the background or something, really make the bear pop. I don't think I want any white on him at all. I don't believe. I'm gonna darken up his head a bit. His head's a bit darker than the rest, and if I add some white right around the head or something, maybe some I don't know. Do I do? Yeah, I don't know what to do here. Maybe like vertical lines. If I do horizontal, it's gonna run into the grass weirdly. So if I did like vertical behind him, or just maybe I do like a square or something. You know, I don't know. Like I'm open to anything right now. But I like the look I got. It looks kind of cool. You know, I don't know if his body is really as good as I want it to be as far as the texture, but I really like the head. The head looks really cool. I don't know if I don't really want to make his legs as dark as the photo. I want to focus more on the head. Let's get the contrast on the head more, I think. And the front leg, the neck. Oh man, I have like a bulge under here, and it's not really like that in the photo. Oh well, it's not awful. It's not the worst thing ever. Sometimes you gotta deviate a little bit from the photo. Do you have any advice on making original art? I can do somewhat decent studies, but always hit a roadblock when trying to be creative. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a really good question. You know, I just do like landscapes and stuff, so it's hard for me to, you know, I'm not like an illustrator or anything. I would just look at other people's art and see what you like, and start adding like elements of things that you like into your work, and you end up making it your own. Do you mainly draw animals? I mean, I have a lot of videos on me drawing animals. It's been kind of my thing lately, but I draw other stuff too. I may show some of my sketchbook here if you want to see, but I got other stuff I draw a little bit. I've drawn portraits and stuff, but what about if you drew the rocks and added white to them? Would that work, do you think? Happening. Yeah, I don't really want to distract from the bear, so I'm just gonna keep it some grass for now. I'm still trying to decide, like, what do I do here? What do I do with the background? I know white in the background is going to make it pop. That's what I want. Go dark behind his head? I think I go light. There's already dark on the edges. If I go dark behind his head, his head's going to melt into the background. That's not going to work out. I mean, I could do like spaced lines behind his head, but I think I go white with this. I think white will make more of the mid-tone of the bear make sense. Have someone told you that you have pretty hands? Yeah, I have gotten that comment a few times actually. But I understand it. Got pretty hands. I don't know, I've always taken care of my hands and stuff when I was young. I have like artist hands. You know, I can play the piano and stuff. I don't have like working man's hands, you know. Can you give any tips on people just starting out? Draw more. Just do it. Just start drawing. Don't think. Just draw. All right, I'll show you real quickly here. Just some other stuff I've sketched because somebody wants to see. So here's some portraits I've done in the past. That was a few years ago. Done little thumbnails for landscapes. Figure that unfinished. Another portrait here. So that's a study of a painting, of an old painting. Here's some Sargent studies I've done. Little head studies and stuff. More animals. Animals. Thought I had a portrait in here. There we go. That's one of my favorites. Sorry, I was looking for this one. This is a study of a Bouguereau painting, or just part of it. So, anyway, let's get back to. Now this bear is going to look crappy compared to all that stuff. You see how much white space I have here, and just wasting like the whole page. But it's kind of cool. The cool thing is I can always trim this down like smaller if I want to sell it or something, or frame it or whatever. You know. I don't like drawing very large, so I always tend to go a little smaller, but it's just easier on the video, like zooming in and stuff. But sometimes I draw small. Sometimes I don't. I've done bigger animals, but today this just felt like the right size to do. So okay, I think I'm just gonna do some. Let's do it. Let's stop thinking about it. Let's just do it. No, I'm just doing white in the background. We'll see what happens. White in the background. We'll see what happens. It's called a jelly roll pen. This is an 08, so it's more of a medium size. But these aren't really that great. I also have this thicker white that I use, but this is more like a marker. But that one's different. But these are pretty good. All right, let's do it. We're doing vertical lines. Do it. It's gonna look dumb at first. Always does. I should have stopped like back here. I should have stopped like. I kept going. Maybe I'll just have to break. I think I'd just go out more. Otherwise, it's gonna look dumb. I don't think I'm gonna go all the way back though. I'm gonna fade it out. I'm gonna fade it out like toward the middle here. There we go. That's what I was going for pretty much. I don't really watch many YouTube artists, to be honest. I'm trying to think. I do like Marco Bucci. He does really great stuff. He's the one that inspired me to do that, my plein air adventure in watercolor, like the travel sketching. I saw his videos on travel sketching and I was like, that's it, man. That's what I need. I was taking a trip to Alaska at the time and I was really debating. I wanted to bring painting stuff. At the time, I was doing oil paintings. And there was no way I could bring my oil painting plein air stuff. I was just like, it's too heavy, it's too bulky. You know, I don't want to bring oil paints on planes and stuff. Like they can confiscate them. Like there's all these problems, and then the solvent and everything. Like, how am I going to do this? And I was like, I saw his video, it came out at the right time, and I was like, dude, I figured out a whole setup where I could stand up. I'd have the whole painting set up in one arm, and then I could just paint with the other arm with the paintbrush. And I've been using that for 2 years now. Almost 2 years. Next month it'll be like 2 years. But other YouTube artists, you know, I think I subscribe to a few other ones. I really, unfortunately, I really can't remember. Florent Farge. He's a French guy. Really great videos. He has really good stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's a few other people out there. I don't watch too much art stuff on YouTube. I watch other stuff, to be honest. Which is, I know people probably think it's kind of weird, but you know, I kind of take a break from art for the most part when I'm not doing it. Yeah, we'll create some white grass, why not? All right, guys, what did we mess up on here? We're forgetting something. Yeah, see the contrast now? That's what I wanted. That's really what I wanted. So, Brent, slacking, dude, late. No, it's all good. I'm falling in love with watercolors, says Susan. Yeah, I mean, they're really great, man. They're definitely difficult, but definitely great. What other topics do you watch on YouTube? I mean, I watch a lot of random stuff, man. There's a good channel called, I can't even pronounce it, Kyrgyzstat. It's like a science-y type of animated channel, really cool. We forgot the shadow underneath the bear, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Because look, there's no shadow. What else do I watch on YouTube? I watch a lot of like podcasts, Joe Rogan podcasts. Yeah, just random, anything like interesting, I like watching. I know that's very vague, like, oh, interesting stuff. I mean, recently, like, my subscriptions, like, there's really nothing I usually ever watch. Like, I have to really try to find stuff. But sometimes I watch funny stuff, sometimes I watch sciencey, informational stuff. It just depends. There we go. Looks more like he's in the environment now. Brent says, I feel like punching watercolor in the face. Yeah, I have those days too, man. I have those times for sure. Okay, compared to yesterday's lion, I am really happy with this one. Thanks for the donation, Stovetop Ninja. Greatly appreciated. $4.99. Says, looks great, Brandon. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I really like this one. The lion yesterday, awful. So awful. But this I'm pretty happy about, and I did it in a decent amount of time. Like I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good about this. Now I just got to stop before I mess it up. But yeah, I really like how this came out. Let's see if I can just create a little more white here. A little more white space. Can you create more white space by adding white? It's kind of counterintuitive, isn't it? Contradictory. Okay. I don't know, folks. I think that may do it for me today. I know it's a quick one, less than an hour, but yeah. Do you watch Steven Crowder? I mean, I've seen some of his videos. I haven't seen anything recently at all. Like, it was like probably last year is the last video I've seen of his, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of him. He's very, you know, a lot of those guys are like very ideological, and I try to stay away from. I'm very open-minded when it comes to things. I try not to. I don't get on teams or anything. You know what I mean? I'm not on the blue team. I'm not on the red team. I'm not on this team or that team. I'm just chill in the middle. I want peace for everybody. I think both sides have good points about things. And I don't know what the truth is about anything or what the best way to do things is. But I definitely believe in free speech and being able to say your ideas and stuff and not be shut down. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, great way to end the month. You're right. This was a pretty good one. So zoom this thing out. Yeah, I mean that's pretty solid, I think. I really like this one. The only thing I could really do is kind of just slightly darken this front leg a bit to connect it more to the front. You know, other than that, it's not even worth like trying to do any more work to it. But I think it's pretty good, man. I like this. It's like really just compact. The contrast is nice. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I guess I'm more libertarian. Yeah, for sure. Like it's like just do your thing. Don't hurt anyone. You know, try not to hurt yourself, really. You know, just be chill, man. But, yeah. It's technically not the start of April. Today's March 31st, where I'm at. I know in other parts of the world, it technically is April 1st. But not where I'm at. It's 6 p.m. March 31st. So, if I were to sign and date this, it's March 31st. Anyway. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Any last minute questions here? Like, you know, very, very last minute. I'm going to get off in like 1 minute. But, oh yeah, you're in Australia. Exactly. That's why it's the first already. Yeah. I think most of Asia is already in the first. And I think Europe as well, probably getting close to it. Yeah. Bear looks like he got hit by a truck. Well, it happens sometimes. Probably very rarely, but sorry to hear that. Will you stream tomorrow? Possibly. I'm not sure. I never really know for sure, so I don't ever want to say like, yeah, I'm going to, and then I don't. So you just have to kind of tune in and see if I do. It's always around the same time usually. 5:30 to 6 p.m., 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. What's going on, Sharpest Art? Says, shout me out, bro. Hey, air conditioning unit. Glad you're back. Oh, you're in the Philippines. Yeah, it's already first there for sure. But yeah, you're pretty late. I'm about to end this thing like right now. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you maybe tomorrow or in the next live stream, next video. Peace. Take care of yourself. Appreciate it.